What's up? I'm Ashley, and we're going to be breaking down Yellowjackets Season 3, Episode 6. But first, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And with that being said, we're going to start things off in the wilderness. Coach Ben just want to die. He don't want to go on no more. So every morning, when Natalie checks on him and brings him breakfast, he begs for her to kill him. She tells him he's alive because he was spared. He said, "Oh, what a miracle! Someone has a vision and I get to suffer indefinitely? Look at me! Look at me! I'm sitting where the rest of the meat is waiting to be carved up." So he's begging, begging, and begging like an R&B song for days. But Natalie just keeps him tied up with his foot out and expects for him to eat. He want to die. He want to go to the upper room so bad. He lied and told her he burned down the cabin. He said he found some matches, found some rags, and shoved them down some cracks in the cabin walls. But she don't believe him. She said, "Where did you get the rags from?" Huh? It doesn't matter. It do. Natalie is feeling bad for him. She don't want to hear him beg no more. So she walks out and tells Jen she's done. And add bring Ben breakfast to the chore list now. I'm done. Dan tells Thaisa it's getting cold and they're going to have to spend another winter there now. Thaisa tells her, yeah, but at least this time we're prepared. They have furs, food, and shelter this time. Then they joke about Shauna and Melissa. Dan says, do you think Shauna makes her wear Jackie's clothes when they make out? I wouldn't be surprised. And Thaisa says she definitely makes her call her Shipman. Ty and Van both think it's weird, but Thaisa seems to think that Shauna has been better now. If I'm Shauna, I'm definitely annoyed at how Melissa is running up behind me like that. Travis checks up on Akila, talking about he's worried about her ever since he lied on her, but the lie does seem to be working out so far. Something does happen when she does go inside the cave, but we just have to wait and see. By surprise, it's Mari's turn to go feed Coach Ben, and something stinks. Coach Ben jokes and says, sorry about that. I'm in between cleaning, ladies. Good help is hard to find out here. I'm glad he still has a sense of humor, being tied up and his foot cut open. That's when she finds his pile of uneaten food. She said, Coach, what are you doing? Not eating, duh. So she goes back and tells everyone he's not eating. Natalie claims she didn't know about this. Lottie says he can't die, he's our bridge home. Mari asks Tequila what has she seen inside the caves, and she says not much, just her family and them playing soccer. In her biology class, nothing helpful. Thais is like, yeah, all stuff from before. It might not be the future. Mari says, what are you saying? Thais is like, I'm just trying to figure this out. Lottie said, yeah, well, you shouldn't. What? They all agree he needs to eat, and Lottie says she has an idea. Natalie tells Misty Lottie's idea, which is to chop the food up, make it a liquid, so they can force feed him. Misty says, I can't believe Lottie thought about this before me. I can't believe it. I mean, look at his cheekbones. Look at him. I failed him. I failed you. Natalie asked her, does she think keeping him alive is a mistake? Because look at him. She said, no. I kept him alive before. I can do it again. No. Travis walks over to Natalie and says, is he really that bad? You got eyeballs, don't you? Then he says, what if what Akila saw is just BS? Lottie says stuff all the time that didn't make sense, and then there would be a bear and birds falling from the sky. Nat said, weren't you the one who said she would have the visions? Huh? He started stuttering, talking about, yeah, forget it. It doesn't matter anyway, does it? Boy, walk away. Misty visits Coach Ben and says, I'm here as a friend to ask you to eat. He said, go away. She said, then you've left me no choice. Then put her mask on. Then here they all come with a mask on. They hold Coach Ben down on the ground, forced the tube down his throat, and made him eat. Everybody shook. I'm shook. Travis shook. Then there go Akila standing back holding on to a rabbit. Natalie told her, I hope you're sure about this. She still don't got nothing to say. Still holding on to that rabbit. Misty is worried that Coach Ben didn't keep all the food down, and Shauna tells her we'll get better at it. How is getting better at it going to stop him from throwing it up? When Natalie goes to check on Coach Ben, he says, why can't you just let me die? She said, because we can't. And all he can do is laugh. He's like, ha 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 ha, you can't? Ha 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 ha. Lottie goes to talk to a tree. She tells it, talk to me, listen to me, answer me, please. Give the tree some space, Lottie. Give it some space. Then here goes Akila. I'm surprised she don't got no rabbit in her hand. She got a light. She tells Lottie, I need to see if there's anything I missed. You already know. Lottie up for it. She's like, come on, let's go. When they both go inside the cave, Akila has this flashback of all of them hanging out outside when a three-eyed bear comes out of nowhere. She then wakes up in a panic saying, I don't know what it means. I'm sorry. To me it says y'all about to get attacked by a bear. Natalie can't sleep. She's up tossing and turning because she's thinking about Coach Ben. She finally can't take it anymore, so when she decides to go see him, she gets stopped by Travis. He said, what are you doing with that knife? I think it's pretty clear. He tells her, don't do this, they'll never forgive you. She tells him she doesn't care and that she has to do this because no one else will. It doesn't take much convincing. He tells her he'll be the lookout and tells her to hurry up because the sun is going to rise soon. When Coach Ben sees Natalie has the knife, he gets happy and relieved. He tells her, please, begging for her to do it. He even sits up so she can get the right angle. He tells her thank you, and that's when she stabs him in the heart. He done took his last breath and went out with a smile. By the time Natalie walks out, the sun is already out, with Travis still taking guard and Misty waiting to go in at the gate. When she sees Natalie come out with blood on her face and a bloody knife, she says, oh my God, what did you do? What did you do? Nat looked at her and said, it's done. Everybody else doesn't know what's going on yet. They want to know if she's okay. Then there's Misty in the background. Murderer! Murderer! Arrest her! She killed him. Taissa said, what did you do? Nat said, I kept a promise. So now Misty goes to say goodbye to Ben, and it's a very type of Misty goodbye, if you know what I mean. Especially when she kisses him. Was that her first kiss? Did we just witness Misty Quigley's first kiss to a dead man? Very on brand. But now everyone is mad at Natalie, but she's telling them that it was the right thing to do. He was suffering. But they don't want to hear that. They don't think it's fair that she chose that for them, and they want to know how they're going to get home now. Taissa says we'll have another trial. Shauna says no, she's guilty. She already confessed. That's when Lottie says Shauna will lead us. And I think we all saw that coming. No one seems happy about this because they all know Shauna is a psychopath, but no one says anything. Like always, they just roll with it. Shauna makes her acceptance speech. I get that you guys are angry, but we are all still a team, and we can't let this break us. When people die out here, we honor them. So tonight, we'll honor Coach Scott too. We'll give the wilderness what it wants. And for Natalie's punishment, she's going to prepare the feast. When it's time to prepare Coach Ben, of course, Natalie is nervous about it. I mean, he right there laid out on the table. Shauna's standing over there unfazed because she used to it. She told Natalie, it's better if you start with a joint. And of course, she will know. She said, it's better if I cover my eyes, but I know what I'm doing. We all know you do. She sees Natalie is having a hard time, so she covers up Coach Ben's face for her. I said, what's that? Shauna being a decent person? So the night has come, and they all have Coach Ben sitting on their plate, just gobbling him up. They have some sides on their plate, but Coach Ben is the main course. When Mari is talking to Natalie, I don't think she wants to admit that she thinks what Natalie did was the right thing, so she just tells her she shouldn't have done it. Shut up. This is all your fault anyway. You didn't have to tell everybody where Coach Ben was. You could have just kept your mouth shut. Shut up. Van finally agrees with Taissa that Shauna seems better, and while Misty is eating, she starts humming. Then there's Lottie talking to herself, saying this is not how it's supposed to happen. She hears people in her head laughing and whispering. Then all of a sudden, she starts yelling. Then the creatures, or whatever is out there, starts yelling too. They all look at Lottie like, what the hell? She stands up and takes a bite of Coach Ben's rib and tells everyone to sing. Instead, it's not singing, it's screaming. Now they screaming and running around the fire. They don't ever ask no questions. They just start screaming and yelling because Lottie said so. Lottie then sees a man walking in the distance and she says, Ben? Now, girl, how would that be, Ben, when you got him sitting on your plate? Then that's when they all see someone, and a woman and a man walks up and he says, hello. They all shook. I'm shook. And the man is even shooker when he sees Coach Ben's head sitting up there. Where they come from? Who these people? They could be their way home. But I don't think they're going to let these people live. They're going to go missing and their family is going to come looking for them. And that's how they're all going to get saved. So Coach Ben still is actually their bridge. Yeah, Akila started this whole bridge thing, but really it's because of Natalie. If she never would have went in there and killed him, they never would have ate him, which led to them screaming in the wilderness and these people finding them and them eventually going home. That's just my theory, but y'all let me know what y'all think. Moving on to present day. When Shauna comes home, Jeff is waiting for her on the couch. He said, "Where have you been? I was about to call the cops." She's like, "Oh, you don't know. Lottie is dead." His reaction seems guilty, but he didn't do it. He said, "Oh my God." Hands over his face. "Are you sure?" She told him they found her body in the basement of her father's apartment building. And even though the cops are saying it was an accident, she believes Lottie was murdered. Callie's eavesdropping. She said, "What? No!" Runs to her room and gets the tape out the drawer. Hands it to Shauna and says, "Someone left this for you. Even though it had your name on it, I opened it anyway. I didn't listen to it. I don't know how." And that's the only reason why she didn't listen to it, because she don't know what that is. She thinks whoever sent it has something to do with what happened to Lottie. Shauna said, "Pack a bag now. The brakes, the freezer, and now this. Do I have to spell it out for you? Someone is trying to kill us." "No, Shauna. Someone's trying to kill you." When they get to their hotel, Jeff wants to know if this thing is as bad as the journals. She said, "I don't know. I just got the tape. I don't even know how to play this stupid thing." She tells him she's not going to let anything happen to him or Callie. Then she starts acting like she's dizzy. "Jeff, let her fall." He tells her she needs to eat, so he goes out to get her a snack. Soon as he closes the door, she hops up and calls Thaisa so she can talk to Van. She asked Van if she had a DAT player. Van tells her she has one and she'll bring it to her later that week. "What part of emergency don't you understand? I need it now. Can you bring it to my hotel?" We have to find out what's on that tape. Van goes back and tells Thaisa what Shauna's up to, and she's shocked at the fact that Thaisa doesn't seem to care about Lottie dying. She's ordering all this room service, eating the whole kitchen up, and getting massages. But Van, you participating in it too. Thaisa says, "I lost my family, my job, Natalie, Lottie, you're dying. So I just want to feel good for now. I just want to feel good." Van says, "I understand living in the moment, but our friend is scared right now." Ty said, "Because of a tape? Who even uses DAT tapes anyway?" Van says from her experience, weird garage bands and super intense birders. Soon as she said birders, it clicked for both of them. So they hurried up and got out of there. When Van finds the DAT player inside this box, the lights start flickering and an unplugged phone starts ringing. When she answers it, it's a bunch of static and it's Thaisa. She said, "Van?" Van said, "Ty," and I said, "What's going on?" It sounds like she's trying to get a message through this phone. She says, "I can't," and then "help." So Thaisa is supposed to be on this unplugged phone, right? So how come there go Thaisa walking inside the room? There she go, live and in person, talking about, do you want the red or the yellow box cutter? And how is Van calm and not scared? How has she not ran out the door already? Then, later that night, while Van is looking up DAT tapes and how long they can last outside, Thaisa frantically wakes up from her sleep, saying, "Van, please, you have to help me." She all of a sudden snaps out of it, puts on this little smile, and goes back to sleep. What the dark Ty has taken over regular Ty. And just like I've suspected, we've been seeing more other Ty more than we have regular Ty. The next day, Shauna gets a call from Van telling her that she found the DAT player. Shauna tells her family, "I have to go find out what's on that tape." They all want to go with her, but she shuts it down real quick. "Y'all can't go." And Callie, being just like her mom with the manipulation, gets up, hugs her, and tells her, "I just want our family to be okay," while at the same time sneaking her phone into Shauna's bag, recording her so when she gets back, she'll be able to know what they were talking about. Shauna meets up with Van and Thaisa with these dark shades on as if no one would be able to tell it's her. When she gets inside the car, they play the tape. We hear a woman's voice saying, "Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, what is this?" Then there's a bunch of screaming, and the woman is yelling no. So this tape is from when they were in the wilderness. I wonder if this is the same lady we saw at the end of the episode. Van says, "The only people who know about this are either us or dead." Thaisa says give it to her, she'll destroy it, but Van says this won't be the only tape. Shauna finally knows and says out loud that she doesn't think Misty is behind this. Someone is out to get her. That's when she notices the phone in her purse and stops it from recording. She grabs the DAT player, that's not even hers, and says, "Sorry, I gotta go. It's an emergency." When Shauna gets back to the room, she want to be all in Callie's face. "Recording my conversations? Are you serious?" Callie said, "Why wouldn't I? I have a right to know who's coming for us too." Shauna told her, "You're a child." Callie hit her with the, "I'm the same age you were when you were out in the wilderness." "Now what?" Shauna told her. "Go to your father before I do something I regret." "She about to get a knife." Callie, the master manipulator, "I just want to be close to you." "I thought you wanted that too." She get it from her mama. When Callie walks out the room, she goes into the recently deleted and she's able to recover the deleted voice memo. So she about to hear what they was talking about in the car. Misty needs some help from Carl with Lottie's DNA sample. He tells her they're booked and busy, and he can get in trouble from his boss. Misty tells him this is the type of emergency you can only trust with a friend. That got him smiling. He said, "Okay, I'll do it." When Misty's walking back to her car, what is that? A Fiat? She gets a text from Walter saying, "Where's Shauna? What did you say to her?" She won't respond to my text. Misty replies with, "This is my investigation. Back off." A little later, she gets another text from him saying, "I'm sorry. Look to your left. Consider it a peace offering." A limo pulls up and the driver takes out 2 bags of trash from the trunk. Walter then sends her another text saying, "It's Lottie's trash. I couldn't see anything in it, but maybe a master investigator will." That's creepy because how did he know when to send that text exactly? As soon as she got the trash. You watching? I don't trust Walter. While she's looking through Lottie's trash, she's surprised that Lottie ate at Bamboo Cafe. The restaurant has a 2.5-star rating, a C health rating from the city, and no vegetarian options. She decides to stake out the place. She put her hat on and her dark shades, wearing Natalie's jacket. Everybody better watch out. That's when she sees Lisa doing a food delivery, the same Lisa who was a part of Lottie's cult. So, of course, she follows her. Obviously. Misty popped up behind her. She said, "Is that my delivery?" Lisa is shook. She said, "You can have the money. I'm sorry. I don't want any trouble. Just leave my bike alone." Misty wasn't even thinking about that bike, but now she is. So she pushed it down to the ground. Misty said, "I'm just trying to find out who killed Lottie." Misty tells Lisa that she has motive since she took all her money, her freedom, and her clothes. Lisa said, "Yeah, I was in a cult that ruined my life. But murder? Not all of us turn our trauma into stabby stabby." Lisa agrees to tell her everything she knows, but they have to stay out in the open just in case Misty tries to murder her. They both sit down at what looks like to be this cafe. When Lisa tells her the last time she saw Lottie, she ordered a bunch of food and gave her a $50,000 tip in cash. The envelope just said, "I'm sorry" on it. Misty said, "She gave you $50,000 and you just took it? You didn't have any follow-up questions?" "Now, Misty, no. I'm not asking no questions. You want to give me $50,000? Okay, thank you." And I'm walking away. Lisa said when bad things happen to her, she just learned to take it and move on. So when this good thing happened to her, she decided to just take it and move on. She reminds her that Natalie didn't die, but that she killed her. Misty said, "Me and Natalie had a complicated relationship." Lisa told her Natalie was doing better until she showed up. Lisa tells Misty there was no murder. She fell down a flight of stairs. But if you're determined to go down this path, start with your friends. Thaisa met up with Charlotte the day she died. I saw them right outside the cafe. Misty can't believe it because she saw Thaisa and Thaisa never told her that she saw Lottie the day she died. So she texted Thaisa saying, "We need to talk. Call me." That same moment, she gets a text from Carl with the results from Lottie's DNA sample, but she can't seem to figure it out. So she decides to text Walter to let him know that she can't make anything of it and that maybe he'll have better luck. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna come through, but I still don't trust him. I'm just stuck on the fact that Thaisa never told anybody that she saw Lottie the day she died. Maybe it's because Thaisa doesn't remember and it was of the tie. Maybe Thaisa did kill Lottie. I never put it past her. But y'all let me know your thoughts on the episode down in the comments so we can talk about it. And if you haven't already and want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.